Time now for some Southern Fried Sports reporting on the Matt and Todd Show with Big Matt and Diamond Dean.
Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's doing great. It's Big Matt and Diamond Dean. It's the Matt and Todd Show. Hope everybody's doing really well. Thank y'all again for taking some time out of your day to come check us out. We got some things going on over on YouTube. Our Facebook channel's doing well. This week, of course, we've talked about the Collinsville Spring Garden. We're going to break them down. Todd's going to talk about some college basketball. We also have some NFL free agents who's kind of hanging around out there because it's going to be going on after the Combine, which kind of started this week. And also the Braves spring training. Yeah, kind of how they fared. They hadn't fared real good. But Mr. E is going to come on and break it down for us and give us some more insight on that. So, looks like the Spring Garden girls have beat St. Luke 53-45.
Yeah, congrats to them.
Absolutely, congratulations to them. This is only their 25th state championship.
In 24 years?
Yeah.
6th state championship, man. Under this guy, 7th in school history.
Right.
Do we got anybody out on location? We'll make sure on that. There's a sign on 9 close to Piedmont, and it says it. Well, it says all their championships.
I think Dino Mike was coming back. I thought I seen he FaceTimed me. He was hitchhiking, trying to get back from Birmingham. I was going to send the driver to go get him, but
well, we need to make sure. I don't think nobody's going to take offense if they've got 8 and we say they've got 7. But from what I've understood,
I'll try to get a hold of him. We'll see if he can check it out.
Okay.
He's coming back that way.
It's their 6th under Ricky Austin.
Coach Austin.
And 7th.
His daughter played really well.
Yeah, 7th grader.
I know. They talked about it on AL.com. It seemed like at first they were outsized.
Mm-hmm. Tight game, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. Most of the time it was up 2 or 3, but then St. Luke jumped out on them like 11-2 or 10-3
right.
or something.
I read that. Yeah.
So the perseverance of the team shows lots of heart and lots of character for them to be able to come back in it and play a team. Hasn't St. Luke's been in it like in the last 5 years straight?
I'm sure
4 or 5 years straight?
Oh, they've got a good squad. I mean, they're known for their basketball just like Spring Garden is.
Well, it seemed like they were outmatched because I was listening to some as they played. It seemed like they could just not get a rebound. They was really struggling.
Mm-hmm.
The St. Luke's players were taller just by them. I mean, I'm listening on the radio and hearing what the guys are saying. So they couldn't get their dribble work down good enough. And then all of a sudden, it just kind of broke loose. What happens, though, Todd, the good teams like Spring Garden, the girls, and are coached very well, they settle down.
They do.
Settled in.
What?
And before halftime, Coach Austin had said on the comment reports that they decided they were going to start to press.
Yes.
Yeah.
I heard the Welsh girl who was named MVP, Neely Welsh, a sophomore. So she's state tournament MVP. She had said that they really wasn't playing their game. And then once they got in the full court press, they felt like they were playing their game.
Yeah, well, when you get to be in a moment like that in a state game, it's about being hot, staying consistent, and the consistency for you to get there is do what you do, what you're good at. And for them, it got them warm, it got them in the state of mind to win, and obviously pressing is what it took for them to get in their mind. They could play with these guys. They started breaking the ball down, their dribbles were better, they were passing the ball, because these girls were...
They were a lot bigger.
I'm trying to envision this, okay, as I'm listening, and they were just standing over them, and the Spring Garden girls, great passers and dribblers, they just went around them and made some layups, and it seemed like they got a little hope there for a little while, got some confidence, went on to the press at halftime, boom.
35 wins in a season. That's consistency. I just want to know who beat them. Who beat this bunch? They lost 2. I mean, what WNBA team beat them?
Ricky said that he felt like if they would have only won 34 games or so this year.
I saw that.
Did you see that?
Yeah, we're just another basketball team.
We're just another Spring Garden basketball team if we win 34.
If we win 30, if we go 34-3, we're just another basketball team.
A lot of teams in the county would think we had a fantastic year if we won 34 games.
I don't know that I've ever heard of a basketball team around here winning 35 basketball games in a season. 35?
That is a lot.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, some college teams don't win 35 that win it.
That's very true.
I mean, but 35-2, their 6th title, but And you were talking about the 7th grader, Ace Austin. She led them with 14. Welsh had 12. Kaylee Kirk had 11, and Macy Reedy, a senior, had 10. They said she hit some big threes. But let's congrats to them, and I expect them to be right back next year.
Well, Collinsville, they win 58-45, and I listened to a lot of that game because I was out delivering, so I had the radio on, and a lot of that. It started out tight. This game was like 2-4, 6-8,
right,
10-12, 15-18, and it seemed like Collinsville then had started to pull away a little later. It seemed like their ability to work the ball and hold the ball, I guess, is what other teams would say. There, it played to their advantage. They were shooting the ball very well.
They did. They shot well in this Final
Their
Four.
percentage for shooting was, I think I read like 40%, and the other team was 30%. So they were just out shooting them. And the other girl, who's the girl?
Rivera and Hamilton are the
Rivera
stars.
girl. She was rebounding machine. I think she went up and down, back up, rebound up like 3 times in a row.
Well, and she got the MVP, the Rivera girl, the one we were talking about. When she going to graduate?
14.
14.
Yes.
And Hadley Hamilton, but she led the team in scoring. She was the other player on the team that scored 1,000 points. She had 16. A girl named Olivia Akins had 16. And Tyler Tatum scored 13. Rivera had 11, but she got the MVP. She had 13 boards. And Collinsville was 13-14 from the line.
Yes, I think that was a part of their, of course, all that helps, part of their win. And the other team, they missed. They didn't go to the free throw line a lot. It seemed like I remember looking at the stats. They didn't. I don't know if they just wasn't calling fouls on them or how that was working out for them.
Well, 14 free throws really in a game is not a whole lot, even for Collinsville.
No, it's not.
I mean, you go 7 times. That means you got fouled while shooting 7 times.
Well, they were up.
Or fouled in the bonus, whatever.
They were up it seemed like they were up by 8 or 10 most of the night for a lot of the later half of the game. They just kind of handled business. The Rivera girl was getting up and down on rebounds. They were working the ball passing. I heard them talking about how the players were trying to get out there and to foul them to get the ball, and they couldn't because they couldn't catch the girls from Collinsville. They couldn't catch them. They would try to foul and they would dribble around and then pass it.
Yeah.
So I thought that was the announcers were pretty entertained by that also.
Well, now they've been pretty good for a while, Collinsville, and let's hats off to John Tidmore, his first state championship, Collinsville's first girls state championship.
Yep.
And I put something on Facebook about it today. Everybody says I look like him. I don't know. I don't think so. And I even got introduced to him one time. The guy pulled me to the side and said, "Can you come here for a minute?" And I knew the guy, but I didn't know him well enough. I'm like, okay. He goes, "I want to introduce you to somebody." So I'm automatically thinking, what is this about?
Yeah.
So he goes over and he says, "Guys, I'd like you to meet a great coach, John Tidmore." So I shook their hands and I just went along with it. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, "He's coached in a lot of ball games." I said, "Yeah, sure have." And I walked off. So, I didn't want to embarrass the guy, but he thought I was John Tidmore.
Well, that's not a bad thing, I guess.
Well, no.
It could be worse.
I saw John Tidmore at a Cedar Bluff ball game about a month ago, and I asked him, and me and him don't really agree with everybody, but
I hadn't seen him up close enough to make a comment on that.
So if I get congratulated for winning a state championship this weekend, I'm just going to go on and go with it.
He said something he had said. This was in the tribute up there. They were just really blessed to be there, especially the past 2 years that they had a lot of the teams that would love to be. So Coach West, which is at the other school, they had planned on. They had almost made it last year. So
Cold
this year,
Springs, yeah.
yes, they had really planned on winning it this year. And Coach West was, just to give them some acknowledgement too, Coach West, he was saying that for the past 2 years they were just glad that they'd be there. That a lot of other teams would like to be in that position too, just to be able to make it to state. So they were just being humble.
Well, it's a big deal. I mean, it's a big deal to win a state championship, especially when you've been coaching 20 years. I mean, that's your goal. So you've reached your goal. I mean,
Yeah.
that's everybody's ultimate goal.
Well, not everybody's.
But, well,
Not to win the title. Some people are just satisfied with getting there to the finals and losing them, and you're still the greatest player of all time.
right.
I won't make
right.
I won't mention any names.
Yeah, I understand. But, you know, you got people that also say some guys win it so much they don't even enjoy it anymore.
Yeah.
And, you know, I saw
Bill
a coach.
Russell was Bill Russell. Well,
I'd
let's
say
see.
10 or 11.
I've got.
He had to put him on his toes after he was done.
What are we gonna
didn't
do with all these rings, Don? I can't. We'll have to build another room out
he?
there.
He won 11.
Yeah.
So he had to put one on his big toe.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It really is. I mean, 11 championships. But you don't want to get complacent in winning championships and bored with it.
Yeah, and I don't. And the difference is with high school, you're bringing in a new class kind of every couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, some of these girls for Spring Garden, they just won it in 18,
Yeah.
19.
18, I think.
18, 19.
I think they don't think they won it last year.
Yeah, 18. So.
We need our field reporter to check on that.
So the thing is, these seniors have 2 rings at Spring Garden. See what I'm saying? They were freshmen at the time to be.
They
you know.
did not win the state championship last year.
No.
I'm pretty positive.
No, I think it was 18.
Okay.
So for them to be seniors and have 2 rings, that's great. That's awesome.
Well, you know, we say he's won 6, so he's lost 2 or 3, so he's been 8 times at least.
That is amazing.
That's amazing.
With high school, with young adolescents, and to be able to take their minds and focus it and put it in one direction, you know, I've always admired that. When Nick Saban first came to Bama, that's the thing that, because I just wasn't a huge Nick Saban fan. When he first come to Bama, I was glad we had a reputable coach, but I wasn't a big fan of his. And just until here, probably recently, I've become more of a fan. But I always say that any guy that can take alpha players from each school all over the nation and put those minds together and shoot it one direction, that's amazing. And to do it for Coach Austin and
Well, you know, 2 great guys.
Collinsville do.
I mean, 2 stand-up gentlemen,
Yeah.
Tidmore and Austin.
Coach Tidmore and Coach Austin
And,
take those young minds and put them in one direction and put it on the court and win. That's great.
You know, I called Austin before they went to the Final Four and told him, you know, we were with WDKR and we were going to talk about him on the radio, just as nice as he could be. Told me all the information I needed. You know, no arrogance whatsoever.
Yeah.
Just a normal guy. You know.
Most all you coaches are. They're all pretty down there, especially around here. You know, rural schools.
Yeah,
real
they
tight
are.
knit. All the kids know everybody. The coaches know the parents and whatnot. So,
Right.
what about the?
Well, speaking of being around here, if you happen to be around here and you decide you want to stay in a campground,
Stay in the campground.
Yeah.
What if I want to go camping somewhere?
if
Where
you
do I
want to
need
go camping and not mess and not have to come into this,
Excuse me.
that's our field reporter.
They. Well,
Is he in Piedmont?
yes. Sorry about that. State champions, 2087, 04, 05, 8, 16, and 18.
0405. He didn't win the 87 one. Actually, a football great from Cedar Bluff, David Bevel, was the coach when they won that. I found that out.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. Why did I know? Why did I know that?
Well, my daddy was talking about
Yeah.
that yesterday. He said David Bevel was their coach in 87. David Bevel, you know, he played quarterback at Cedar Bluff and went and started for Alabama. And
So he won 04, 05, 08, 16, 18, and 20. So that's pretty amazing. Hats off, coach.
but if David come fishing up here, he would probably stay at a campground.
Yeah. Where do you want to stay at?
So you would want to stay. You wouldn't want to stay in one as busy as Cedar Bluff is now. You wouldn't want to stay in one in town, would you? You want to stay one going towards Gainesville, and there is one going towards Gainesville.
Okay.
Shady Acres Campground on Highway 68, in between Gainesville and Cedar Bluff. It's right there. You turn on the road right before the Westlake Cemetery. You can't miss the Westlake Cemetery. There's 3 huge crosses.
Yeah, up on the hill on the right.
Up on the hill on the right. You turn down that road to the right. Go back in there. It's called Shady Acres. No,
Shady Acres
I was
Campground.
going to say nursing home. I'm sorry. Shady Acres
Tim might think
Campground.
so.
Shady Acres Campground. So if you want to stay there, it's a great place.
What's the number to get a hold of
Good
them?
guys opening up.
Tim.
256-523-8353. It's a little more secluded.
523-8353.
523-8353.
Pretty easy to remember.
at Shady Acres Campground, and it's also a little more secluded than the other campgrounds in town.
Good, yeah, good people, man. Y'all check them out. We're going to get into some NFL free agency. We're going to take a break for 2 seconds and get our game faces on, and we'll be right back. Thank y'all guys for tuning in.
Did you know Warrior Gym has gym memberships as low as $15 a month and tanning as low as $25 a month? With no hidden fees or headache, this gym is located in the heart of Center at 1118 West Main Street and is a locally owned business. Call or text Jonathan Kendrick today at 256-706-5112 for any info needed. That's 256-706-5112, located at 1118 West Main Street, Center, Alabama. That's Warrior Gym. The Matt and Todd Show sports radio webcast can be heard every Sunday night at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time on WDKR, internet-based community radio, serving Cherokee County, Alabama. Tune in at WDKR.org. Or you can catch the weekly video version of the show published on Facebook every Sunday night at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time at Matt and Todd. That's the Matt and Todd Show, every Sunday night at 7.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Big Matt and Diamond Dean. Well, we thank everybody for tuning in. And we also want to mention that you're watching on Facebook and our YouTube stuff's going on. You're listening on WDKR. Thank everybody for spending a little part of your day with us. It's been great. We're having a lot of fun doing this. Shane's put in a lot of work in this, and the guys have got our field reporters out there putting in time on this, and we're very grateful for a good team that we do have.
It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah, man. We're just two whatevers, just having a good time. And
we did this a few years ago.
Yeah, but
just for kicks. It wasn't even on nothing.
Yeah, we just didn't. We didn't have a team. You know, now we got like Music Man, audio, video, Dr. Decker,
editor,
and Mr. E with his knowledge of everything stuff, and
Piedmont.
Yeah, and Dynamite's limo riding, airplane flying, son of a gun. So, speaking of airplane flying, since Dak has been at Dallas, okay, he switched his agent up. He's now got Todd Francis, which was AB's agent. And when people go out and get Todd Francis, they mean business, Dean.
Is he like Arliss on that old HBO show?
Yes.
Do you remember that?
He don't.
Just
when he
super agent.
He comes in, he flips the table over, and he tells Jerry Jones with his foot on his throat, "Listen, here's what we're going to do." But seriously, there's been hardly any news about what kind of deal that Dak is wanting. So I've heard one thing. Skip supposedly had heard something. If anybody could find out, Skip can. He's saying that the holdup is the upfront money, the buyout part, what you're going to get paid up front. And I think Kirk Cousins got like 108, and so Dak is looking for a little more than that. But with his season and his productivity and their record, and it's going to be kind of hard. So
8-8
with Dak's record and all. 38 million, 37, like Russ is at 35 or 6, and
Aaron 34 at least.
Aaron Rodgers is like 33, 34. Drew Brees is 35, 6. They're all kind of 33 to 38. That's the quarterback role. And if Dak thinks that he's going to be the first $40 million quarterback, Diamond Dean, I don't think that's going to happen. And if that's what they're holding for,
you expect him to be playing in another uniform.
Yeah, because Jerry's last comments were today, and he said, he wanted to do what was best for the team. And he just kind of said, like, re-signing Dak may not be the best for the team. And if it's not, then I'm okay with that.
I'm just going on what I've watched. I would think keeping Cooper and Ezekiel Elliott would be best for the team.
Yes.
Well, along with Dak, of course.
Yeah, right.
But,
you got to keep all those guys around. So
yes,
I I assume that they're going to make a deal with Dak, but supposedly they ain't talked to his agent since last September. Now, Jameis Winston, Quentin Winston, still probably not going to make a deal.
Are the Bucs wanting to keep Jameis?
From the way it feels, yes.
Okay.
AJ Green still maybe with the Bills. Teddy Bridgewater.
AJ's definitely out of Cincinnati.
Yeah.
More than likely.
I heard again today that Teddy Bridgewater was probably staying with the Saints. I heard something else. Yeah, I heard something else today. I mean, they won 5 games. When he was playing, they won their games.
They went 5-0. Right.
So you can't too much blame them for that. Sorry about that.
Yeah, what's going on? I see Clowney. You got Clowney on there. What we have happening down here? Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. Technical error.
Dante Fowler Jr., Von Bell, safety, Chris Jones.
Can I tell you a Von Bell story?
Sure, absolutely.
You know Nathan Wehunt.
We were fishing one time down at Little River.
No, I went to a basketball game, and Lafayette versus Ridgeland, which is out of Chattanooga, or it's in Rossville.
Yeah.
And Nathan says this cat right here is a D1 5-star football player. He's going wherever he wants to, and it was Von Bell. I watched him play basketball, and he looked the part. But he didn't. It wasn't just Lafayette won the basketball.
He wouldn't like Shaq out there on the high school court.
No. But ends up starting in for the New Orleans Saints for years. And I'm sure he's a Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
But I saw him when he was a junior, and I wouldn't have thought that at the time. But to look back on that and see that I watched him play basketball as a junior. And to see how his future's turned out, it's been pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think he's a good guy, man. You don't ever hear nothing about him.
No,
I
never have.
Also, Melvin Gordon.
We think he's gone. Right?
Yeah,
well, that'd be a good pickup for somebody. I hope the Falcons can get him.
What about Tannehill? I mean, we've talked about this, last week when Dynamite and Mr. E was here about Tannehill coming or going. He did take them through to the playoffs, and I don't even see why Derrick Henry should be a conversation. I seen something earlier. I think one of the guys had posted earlier on our page how it may not be a done deal for Henry to stay at Tennessee.
I would think they'll do everything in their power to keep him and get rid of Tannehill if it means they have to.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
Mariota wasn't good enough to keep anyway, so. Emmanuel Sanders, we talked about him, Kenyon Drake.
Yeah.
Now, the Vikings fullback, C.J. Ham. Have you watched him play?
No.
He's pretty good.
He's their fullback?
Yes, he's a good player. They roll him out of the backfield some. Of course, he blocks, but he catches well.
Mm-hmm. He's kind of like the old Tom Rathman, the old great fullbacks. Mm-hmm. Catch a lot of balls out of the backfield, and unbelievable blockers. We'll never know how really.
Yeah.
You really don't know how great they are.
All right.
Because, we look at stats.
So that's some of the free agent stuff. This stuff's going to be going on for 2 more weeks before free agent's going to end on into March.
Can I ask our expert one question?
Yeah.
Is there any chance that the Falcons can get Melvin Gordon? None. Okay, never mind.
So moving on for that.
We got to pay that ride.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that's a big mistake. So if you want to get ready, you need to get those biceps ready, so you don't have to wear a big fluffy coat like that and look like you're
Look like I'm buff.
Right. So what you want to do?
Real, man.
You want to go to Warrior Gym, talk to my guy Jonathan Kendrick. Diamond Dean memberships are as low as $15 a month. So there's no reason you can't go. And if you want to get that deeply beautiful tan going on, got good new stand-up tanning beds, just about $25 a month. It's a good, clean place, local owned. And you can go in there and work out, and it's just not overcrowded. And
right, I've been by there. It's not overcrowded.
Yeah, it's the doors open there, so go there and talk to Jonathan. Great people, got new T-shirts in there. Check my guy out.
You go to the Odyssey, and it looks like Van Halen's fixing to play in a concert over there.
It's very busy. Very busy.
Very busy.
We're going to take a break and 2 minutes here and come right back and. We'll talk about some college basketball.
College basketball.
We're going to talk about the top 10, and we both got our own little picks of the teams, and we're going to share that with you. We'll be right back.
Did you know Warrior Gym has gym memberships as low as $15 a month and tanning as low as $25 a month? With no hidden fees or headache, this gym is located in the heart of Center at 1118 West Main Street. and is a locally owned business. Call or text Jonathan Kendrick today at 256-706-5112 for any info needed. That's 256-706-5112. Located at 1118 West Main Street, Center, Alabama. That's Warrior Gym. The Matt and Todd Show sports radio webcast can be heard every Sunday night at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time on WDKR, internet-based community radio, serving Cherokee County, Alabama. Tune in at WDKR.org. Or you can catch the weekly video version of the show published on Facebook every Sunday night at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time at Matt and Todd. That's the Matt and Todd Show, every Sunday night at 7.
All right, guys, welcome back. It's Big Matt and Diamond Dane. Thank you guys for spending a little bit of your time this evening with us. Right now, we got some college basketball, 1 through 10. Like I said, we have some teams in the top 10 that we're going to kind of break down a little bit and talk about. Right now, it's Kansas, Baylor, Gonzaga, Dayton, San Diego State.
That's South Dakota State. They can go to the tournament.
They can win football.
Yeah.
Florida State, Duke, Kentucky, Maryland, and Creighton.
So we got a SEC team ranked, huh?
Yes, Kentucky is in there. Kansas is playing really hot right now.
They're loaded.
And this Dayton team, I don't know, what is the deal with this? Todd, please share.
Well, I got some info on Dayton, and they're interesting.
Did you call the coach and he shared?
Well, I went up there and watched practice,
okay.
And they're 26-2.
I know.
Now they don't have a lot of quality wins. They have beat Georgia by 20, which Alabama beat Georgia by 3. And they beat Virginia Tech by 27. But the most impressive thing about Dayton to me is they lost to one game. They've lost 2 games, one to Colorado by 2 points, and they lost to number 1 Kansas, 90-84. They got a player named Obadiah Toppin. Oh, you're going to hear about this guy.
Wait a minute.
In the tournament. Obadiah Toppin.
I know that name.
Well, Obadiah is a book in the Bible. But
no.
No.
Well, he played high school ball. Or like I seen him in a top pick somewhere. Anyway, sorry.
He's 20 points a game. And I don't know, a lot of people are picking him to really show out in this tournament.
Well, are the teams that they're beating, are these quality wins?
No.
Okay, so it's Clemson.
They're not.
I mean, they're Clemsoning, which means they got a cheesecake schedule and they can roll right into the playoffs.
Well, Dayton's a mid-major.
But
so they don't, the conference they play in, Duquesne, teams like that are in there.
But if they roll up into Kentucky or Kansas, Baylor, or Florida State, they may not.
Well, the reason I mention them is upset alert. Whoever plays them, I'm sure people that play them are going to think, well, we got this. We're playing the Dayton Flyers. Dayton Flyers could easily go to the Sweet 16 or the Elite 8.
Now, are they a small team? Are they shooters? Or
they shoot, 2 of them shoot 80-something%.
Wow.
85.
That's pretty awesome.
So they're an outside shooting team. And, got 5 guys averaging double figures. So 4, 1 averaging 9. And the 3 of them's underclassmen. So this is just a good squad. But, okay, like I said, they don't have quality wins because of their schedule. But the 2 teams they have played that have been ranked, they lost by 2 and 6 to the number 1 team in the country.
No.
Kansas, 90-84.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right, go Dayton. I hear you.
Yeah. So who impresses you in this top 10?
Yeah.
Who's your sleeper?
Right now, Florida State's getting hot. They beat Louisville 82-67. Trent Forrest is their guy.
Mm-hmm.
He had 3 big time threes at critical moments in that game. He had 16 points, 3 assists, scored 14 of the last 16 after the half.
Wow.
They seem like they're a second half team. He said that they're here to stay, that they're not messing around. And
they're leading the ACC, right?
Yes. Williams had a big dunk to finish off Louisville. That's when they went on a 15-0 run.
Mm-hmm.
That part, I remember seeing that. It's like they get hot at Like you can feel it. Like you're saying to yourself watching the game, you're watching it Florida State, you're going, boy, if they hit this three, boom, you're like, oh, okay, because they're behind.
Right.
And then you see them get a fast break, and you're like, I can feel the game changing. Man, if this goes off the backboard for it, whoa, wait a minute, they just dunked that. You know, and you're sitting on your seat and you start watching them, they go down, you're thinking, man, if they steal the ball right here and go back down, they might have a shot. Oh, my goodness. And you just hit a three.
Right.
Then you really watch them. That's how this team is. They're really fun to watch. Vassell and MJ Walker both had 12 points in this game. They set an ACC record for wins.
Really?
Yes. Matt Gahan had 14 points. Jordan Nova from Louisville had 13 points and 8 rebounds. He said that they just could not keep pace with Florida State.
Well, you know,
they hit those splurges in those moments.
They have runs. They have huge runs.
52% of their points were scored in the first half, and 32% of points in the second half as a team. So they've won 24 straight.
24 straight basketball
which
games.
is a school record for Florida State.
And so they haven't lost a conference game. And they're in there with Duke, Virginia, North Carolina, who's actually lost 17 ball games.
Yeah, they're not great this year.
Matt, I got to say, you know, this old guy that coaches Florida State, Leonard Hamilton, they were good a couple years ago. He must just be a really good coach.
They just had a bad streak. I mean, they win, and then they have a bad moment where they get kids get in foul trouble early, puts them in bad position. Then, of course, your good players not playing.
So you think this bunch could really make some noise in the tournament?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, let me go over the SEC standings.
Yeah, let's go with Bama, Auburn, Kentucky. How are they faring?
Well, Kentucky's winning the SEC. Auburn's second, LSU third. The records: Kentucky's 23-5, Auburn's 24-4, LSU 19-9 in third place, Florida 18-10, Mississippi State 18-10. The reason Kentucky is leading the SEC is because all 4 of Auburn's losses are in conference. Kentucky's only got 2 losses in conference, but they have another matchup with each other.
Yeah, I was going to say now. A lot of people know we do the show. We usually record on Friday.
Record on Friday.
Usually. And Kentucky plays Auburn.
They play Auburn tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow. So when this airs Sunday, you're already going to know who has won this Auburn-Kentucky game, which is going to be a good game. So I hope
we can still mention it's going to be a great game.
Yeah, I hope y'all watched it. I'm sure it's going to be a good one.
And
who do you think is going to win that?
Well, it's in Rupp Arena. So Auburn, the way these two have battled here lately, Auburn's been winning. Kentucky's been handling them at home. It was a very close game between Auburn and Kentucky. In Auburn last year, Auburn beat them there this year, which my uncle said Auburn got the calls. I don't have no idea.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
And Kentucky beat them 30 in Rupp Arena. But I just think that's going to play a part in it, is Kentucky being at home. I think Kentucky pulls it out, but I don't think it's going to be no 30-point game.
I'll agree with you. I'll go on that. I think Kentucky wins this
just
game.
Because being at home. If they were on a neutral floor, maybe not.
72-68.
72-68.
Nostradamus.
We'll see how close you are on that. I won't go.
Nostradamus, 72-68.
79-75.
Now, y'all were watching this now, and the game was yesterday.
Yeah.
So see if I'll...
Yeah, well, we guarantee y'all can beat us. So, and one more thing.
Yeah.
We need to mention it because it don't look like Alabama's going to make it.
I know. I mean, I really didn't even want to bring them up because they just kind of hurt my feelings again.
15-13. Had a big win Saturday. Scored over 100 points, and they lost to Texas A&M.
They shoot themselves out of games.
No, what they do. Because that's all they do.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that sounds stupid. All they do is shoot long shots.
So Coach Nate is going to have to readjust, and at some point you got to be able to work the ball and shoot a 10-foot shot.
You got to score some points in the paint. I mean, you know.
I don't know.
I'm sure they can. They're just not.
They don't have to be all from behind the line.
No, they don't. But I think they're done.
Speaking of the line, man, Marcus was watching a Michael Jordan tribute thing, and this is when he was in North Carolina. They're talking about him getting the ball late in the game to shoot and win the game. He noticed there was no three-point line, there at North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty funny. So
he told a story about that.
No, Marcus noticed that there was not a three-point line.
Oh, Marcus noticed that there wasn't one. He's like, what the crap is that?
What's going on there? I was like, that's back in the day, man.
You know how many stories I've heard if there'd been a three-point line when they played?
Oh, yeah, there's no telling what would have happened.
You know how many points they would. I'm sure they would have scored more, but The game might have been better when there wasn't one.
Yeah, they were like 64-70 was the final.
Well, let's just score, you know what I mean? But I'm saying, you know, I just want to score. I don't care where it's from,
Yeah.
you know? I just want to score.
Yeah.
We need to score. And now they shoot 25 threes a game.
Now from scoring, that'll kind of roll us on into some other basketball, which we'll talk about the NBA a little bit. I just wanted to take notice of the Clippers because they have been on such a bad skid.
Yeah, we picked them up.
Diamond Dean, they have been on a bad skid. We talked about Kawhi getting frustrated, a little bounce pass over, the guy didn't go baseline. But Paul George is back, he's playing.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Patrick Beverly is playing some more now. So they did win the other night. Shoot guard Paul George is back. Patrick Beverly is getting some time in. Reggie Jackson has earned his money.
Is he already doing well?
Have you seen Reggie Jackson play any? Joey Bag of Donuts? Yeah,
Does Harold and Williams still play? Are they?
Lou Williams.
Reggie played 29 minutes. He had 12 points off the bench.
Wow.
He nearly played as much as anybody, besides of course Kawhi. This one they beat the Suns. They beat the Suns 102-92. They beat the Grizzlies that Monday. Paul played 21 minutes. He was 7-4-4 on the night, and Beverly was 6-3-2. They won that game 124-97.
So they've been winning a little bit
Marcus
again.
Morris he had 18 points.
Yeah, he was
rebounds,
a good pickup.
3 assists.
He was a good pickup.
He
Him
was
and Jackson.
6 for 14 on field goals. He played 30 minutes. 30 minutes is a pretty good stretch for NBA games. I mean, you know, for these days.
How many games back are they? They're still our pick. They're our pick to win it all. We make that pretty clear to everybody. They're our pick to win the West and to win the whole.
They're 7 games back.
Well, more than likely they're not going in the number one unless they really turn it on. But they got a really good team.
They're 23-6 at home.
So you got this Jackson and Morris you brought in. You got Lou Williams, Harold, Beverly, George, and of course Leonard.
Well, and Zubac even had 6 points. Zubac. Yeah, I like watching him play.
Is he pretty good?
He'll get you if he gets 6 or 8. You're like, oh, okay, good job. Here, have some water. You know.
Yeah. I don't watch a lot of NBA till it gets to the playoffs.
Yeah. So right now the Clippers were on a bad stretch, but right now they're hanging tough. They're second in the West, right behind LA. So, but in a 7-game series.
Do you think they're going to be tough to get by?
Diamond Dean, here's the thing. When LeBron leaves the court, in the highlights that I've watched their game, they played the Pelicans the other night. And LeBron played a great game, put on a show because he knew people were going to be watching Zion.
He scored 40.
Yeah, Zion had a good game too. But when LeBron leaves the floor,
Really?
the Lakers just can't put it together. So the Clippers do. The Clippers bench could probably win the East.
They're that good, huh?
But they would finish second in the East if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think they're that good. Their bench, and it's just like baseball. Pitching wins games. I mean, you got to have that. So
I do think the trophy's going to come back to LA, but not where they.
It's going to be the Lakers or the Clippers.
Well, I think the Clippers will. I mean, I won't call that early.
I hope the Celtics win it. Hope you were right on your premonition there.
I hope so. How many games are they back?
Not many. 6.
Bucks are tough, though.
4. It ain't many. It seemed like I was seeing that the other night. It was like 4 or 5.
I'm picking Clippers and Celtics. Maybe wrong.
I could agree with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to do taking a little quick break, and we're going to come back, and Mr. E is going to come in.
10 games back.
10 games back. All right, so we're going to share Braves spring and maybe kick around a little more free agency stuff. Thank you guys for watching. Facebook, YouTube, spending your time with us, your evening. Listen in, WDKR.org. Thank y'all guys again, and we'll be right back.
Did you know Warrior Gym has gym memberships as low as $15 a month and tanning as low as $25 a month? With no hidden fees or headache, this gym is located in the heart of Center at 1118 West Main Street and is a locally owned business. Call or text Jonathan Kendrick today at 256-706-5112 for any info needed. That's 256-706-5112. Located at 1118 West Main Street, Center, Alabama. That's Warrior Gym. The Matt and Todd Show sports radio webcast can be heard every Sunday night at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time on WDKR, internet-based community radio, serving Cherokee County, Alabama. Tune in at WDKR.org. Or you can catch the weekly video version of the show published on Facebook every Sunday night at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time at Matt and Todd. That's the Matt and Todd Show, every Sunday night at 7.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Big Matt and Diamond Dean, thank everybody for tuning in. And Matt and Todd Show. Got Mr. E on the stage with us. We're going to talk about some Braves. What have you been noticing with them? What are they doing right now?
They got some great up-and-coming stars. The catcher, Travis Denard, I don't know exactly how you say that name.
That's right.
But he's hitting in the 600s right now, and he's got some power coming behind the plate, kind of like Buster Posey.
600s?
Yeah, he's batting 667. Now, second baseman Ozzie Albus. The Braves lost 4-3 to those the other day. And then, of course, the O's pitching Zimmerman and Ash Wojnarowski, they pitched really good that game. So
what was that name?
Between Zimmerman and Wojnarowski, I think they did a good job. Like a lot of these spring games, these teams are jumping out early. Like they're scoring like 3 runs in the first inning, and then in like the third inning, it's like 3-3. The Braves,
The worst teams in the regular season tend to do better in the spring training.
Yeah, maybe then there's no nerves. Duvall is actually batting .333. The lefty Chris Rusin played at Kentucky, pitcher at the Braves, and Newcomb, the lefty, he gave up 3 hits and 2 runs and had like 4 Ks. So they just didn't play real good. I mean, it is spring, and
the Braves are resting all their major players.
Yeah, I'd
It's
say
spring training.
there's a thing on YouTube. I don't know who does it. It's a channel or what it is. Please check it out when you're checking our show out. Flip over there to Brave Spring. They're doing day by day. Day 2 was Austin Riley and Cam Margo, the other third baseman.
Juan Camargo.
The little young guy from Puerto Rico. They kind of focused on them a little bit more, I guess, for a lot of the show, and I watched it. It's pretty interesting. And you think with them competing out for a position that there would be, there's not, man. These two,
No animosity.
These two kids get along. And Newcomb was talking in the locker room about how he was hoping for Austin to pick up a better bat this year and start hitting the ball a little better. He was cheering for him. Seems like a good group, because when you see locker room clips of the Braves on this spring thing, yeah, they're together. It don't seem like they're not throwing each other around. And then it showed a big team meeting where the manager is
Who is the manager now? Is it
Kurtzky.
Brian Snicker still?
Snicker. So Snicker was having a meeting, and the guys were all sitting there being serious. Of course, Hank Aaron was sitting in on this meeting. But they seem like a team. They seem like they really play together well. Pitching, batting.
Leadership.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. They dumped some games.
No,
They've won some games. So.
no, they've only lost one fielder, right? Donaldson. So they pretty much got 8 of their 9 starters back.
And
Wow.
Enciarte is playing more this spring training. He's been
Who's taking Donaldson's place?
Austin
Margo and
Riley,
Riley.
or Riley, the two guys that kind of
Well, that
pitch for third base.
That's probably the right move anyway.
have a tag team at third.
With Donaldson being 34 years old.
Yeah,
He's just such a great hitter. I hate that they had to let him go. I wish he had another year.
I understand it, but you gotta
money.
you gotta save your money.
And the Braves always trying to save money like they need money, because this guy went to Cool Today Stadium in Kissimmee, Florida. He was down there with the spring.
It was pretty toasty down there. It's about 80.
Yeah, I wish they'd
Cool
have gone.
Today Stadium Park. If you play at a park called Cool Today Park and it's in Kissimmee, Florida, it's probably pretty nice.
It was in the 80s.
their batting cages, their pitching mounds, their screens out on the field, the palm trees, the warm breeze.
Orange is
Braves
just
do
growing
have the
wild.
nicest spring training facility now. It was built. It was just completed not too long ago.
Yeah, they just got it done. It is spring, and don't get crazy about it. You know, they're not doing very well right now, but
It's no time to worry.
yeah, their aces are not playing.
When the Marlins are leading the spring training at 7-0, you shouldn't be too worried because the Marlins are going to be the worst team in the league.
Yeah, they haven't brought back much pitching. They're going to roll people out and roll people in, and it's such a big money racket. Baseball is just, it is. It seems like it's changed so much from being a kid and collecting cards and having your favorite players and
Yeah.
well, everything's about so much money now.
I used to do that.
Everything's money controlled. Basketball, football, free agents. Where's Matt Ryan going to land?
You're a big Matt Ryan fan,
No, I'm
aren't you?
not.
Oh,
He's
okay.
going to be in Atlanta for about another 3 years, sadly.
So let me ask you a question. If they were to unload Matt Ryan, could they get Melvin Gordon?
Most definitely.
Yeah, that'd free up, what, $100 million?
Who is going to be the Falcons running back, E?
They're going to find one in the running back.
Ito
In the
Smith?
draft. Ito Smith and,
Freeman's gone, right?
yeah.
Okay.
This is a pretty decent running back class this year and next year. They'll find one.
Well, let me ask you another
CJ
question.
Bird will have Oregon in the second or third round.
Is there any chance that Ruggs goes to? What's Atlanta's biggest need? A defensive end?
Defensive lineman, period.
Okay.
AJ Epinesa is my hope.
Yeah. Well, I read that today where he was probably going to go, but Ruggs was going to go right after him.
As long as the Colts don't snatch up Epinesa,
But what did Ruggs run in the?
a 4.27.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty fast.
Yeah, that's like Bo Jackson fast.
So, guys, all you guys, and I'm not pointing this at anybody. When you tell me you've run under a 4.3 in high school, you're lying, or something's wrong. Something was wrong.
And Henry Ruggs was disappointed with his 4.27.
Thought it could have been faster.
Yeah. So there ain't nobody that played over at this school right here run under a 4.3.
Well, when Bo Jackson ran his, he was actually running track for the day.
Mm-hmm.
His track coach brought him his cleats out there. He run it, and he didn't run a great time. And his track coach got on him and said, "Bo, run this 40. Stop playing. Let's go to practice." "Okay, coach. Open the back door for me." So they go open the back door. So Bo takes off and runs the 40, and he runs, he says 4.1 something.
4.18, something like that.
And he never stopped. He ran through the 40, out the back of the training place, and went to track practice. And
He's probably the freakiest athlete ever.
he's just so big.
250 pounds.
His weight, his size is just, yeah.
You know who's a freak? The tackle coming out of Louisville, 6'8", 370. And he ran a 5 flat on his 40.
Wow.
6'8", 370.
370 pounds moving.
They
And
need to move
40
him to
yards.
running back. Who's going to tackle him?
And 40 yards, he made it in 5 seconds. He's 370.
I wouldn't have turned down the Falcons picking him up. The offensive lineman is not frowned upon.
What, is there any, where you expect Ruggs to go a lot higher now? He's already projected at 14th before this 4.27.
I had him going to like 21st overall to the Eagles. They need a deep threat to open up that
He'll be a
offense.
return man too, right? More than likely. Or is he
Probably.
just going to be their deep threat?
I would have him just as a deep threat return specialist
Yeah.
or susceptible to
Yeah.
injury.
Use your money wisely.
Now, do you still think Herbert's going to take over the Chargers?
Yes.
Okay. That'd be pretty interesting.
Yeah, with him being.
Herbert's going to go anywhere between 6 and 14 to the
Yeah, I was
Bucks.
going to say 6 and 12.
6, he might slide 14 to the Bucks.
We watched him play against Arizona State that night. He looked good.
I
but
like him, man. He's
He's
smart.
looked great at the combine. Deep ball accuracy is probably the best in the class.
See, we watched him play Auburn. You know, when Oregon played Auburn,
Yeah.
he's good, man. He's smart.
He's big, and he's more mobile than people give him
He's not
credit
as
for.
small, but see, they don't use that type of mobility at Oregon with him as much as they did before with other quarterbacks like Mariota, maybe. And he's kind of deceptively, he can move around in the pocket. He is pretty good. He just didn't get a
ran
lot of hype here.
4.7 on his 40.
Well, nobody sees him here because we're on the East Coast.
Right,
Who gets
right.
to watch?
Well, you don't want to
California?
sit up till 1 o'clock in the morning watching.
Right.
I mean, we do, but
Yes,
you know,
right.
a lot of people
He
don't.
ran a 4.7 on his 40.
And I saw where Hurts run
Yeah.
a 4.59.
Yeah, Jalen was very surprising.
That's faster than Cam Newton.
And Matt, y'all both will think this is interesting.
Yeah.
It said Justin Jefferson's stock went up more than anybody's in day one.
He didn't drop a single pass. In
Well, dang it, because he's been working with Brady and Burrow all year. He's going to drop a pass.
Speaking of Brady, would he like to, Tom Brady, would he like to finish his career and be the hero and go back home and finish his career at San Francisco?
No.
No. Well, some people seem to think he's going to play for the Cowboys, and that's why Jerry Jones is holding out.
I believe that more than the 49ers.
I don't believe none of that. I'm just going to be honest. I think it's just all something to
That's not
talk
the Patriot way.
Yeah.
I don't think
If
he's.
he leaves, it's probably the Titans or the Raiders. But why would it be the Raiders? Who wants to play Patrick Mahomes?
No, he said he had. He said was committed to Carr. John Gruden.
I don't believe that.
No.
To
don't
Derek
either.
Carr. Committed.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that.
They've
They're,
had
they're
coaches.
looking at Justin Herbert also.
They'll flip flop and they'll flop on a second on a dime.
Well, I know.
Derek Carr's not bad. He's not your Super Bowl quarterback.
I'm not crazy about it. I've never
I
really,
could see him
even
taking over in Tampa Bay.
when he played in college, I wasn't ever a big fan.
Guys, I'm not trying to change the subject at all, but I was going to read something, y'all, share something with y'all. And you brought it up. You were talking about Bo Jackson, how freaky of an athlete he was. And y'all were talking about baseball. I found out today online that Dan Marino went 22-0 in his high school career pitching baseball.
Yeah,
I knew that.
yeah,
He was a pretty good
22-0.
pitcher. He could sling it.
That's
yeah.
ridiculous.
Tom Brady got drafted. I forgot who he got drafted by, but he was drafted to be a pitcher too.
And Joe Mauer struck out once in high school. Once.
That's impressive.
Wait a minute, got what now?
He struck out once.
Joe Mauer, a
Wow.
catcher for the Minnesota Twins.
Y'all would not have believed, and I don't know if our audience thinks this is it, you would not have believed some of these stats. Jim Brown averaged 38 points a game in basketball in high school.
Yeah,
Browns running back.
Yeah.
Steve Spurrier did. He averaged high points in high school basketball, and he also took his high school team to 2 straight state championship in baseball.
And Dion averaged 24. Just ridiculous. These guys, when you look at their high school stats, you're like, no wonder they play pro ball.
Yeah, most of the time when you
Aaron Judge was a 3-sport state athlete in all sports.
we usually those athletes like that you run into, they're usually good at everything. Have you ever seen Tim Tebow shoot basketball?
He's great.
They showed him in I think it was one of the game day sets, and they had him kind of out behind there when they were playing. It was getting ready for a bowl game of some kind, and Tim and like Herb Street or somebody was out there shooting. He's good. Tim Tebow can shoot.
Oh, yeah.
Patrick Mahomes can too. He was playing a pickup game.
A lot of those guys are good
ago.
at basketball.
Well, they're just athletes, man. If they're playing that high level, they're probably just good at everything. Like great musicians like Dr. Decker. I mean, the guys usually play piano, plays bass, he plays guitar. He plays the drum. See what I'm saying? I can play the guitar. I can bang on the piano a little bit, but the drums are crazy. I tried to learn the banjo, but most of those guys that are good, they're artists. Charlie Daniels can play everything. I mean, that guy can play it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying those type of people that are good at something, they're probably good at everything. Because
Charlie
they're
Daniels,
that's
he's a good one.
their God-given talents.
I remember, and I know this is way off the subject, but I remember listening to that song as a kid and going, are they going to say son of a gun or the other?
Oh yeah, you hear it on the radio.
When you hear it on the radio, it's like, they're not going to say the other, are you?
Right, yeah.
And they say, and I'm told you once, you son of a gun, I'm the best it's ever been. But back to what we were talking about. We were just talking about fabulous athletes, and obviously my point is these Ruggs, Judy, Burrow, all these guys are great athletes, obviously.
They're first round 15.
And I saw where Mel Kiper and Todd McShay were saying there's just some really good speed and athletes in this draft.
I got Judy going 8th overall to the Cardinals, but the Cardinals do need some offensive line help.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
Larry
one.
Fitzgerald's going to leave at some point, I would think.
Oh God, man.
That's my NFL comparison for Judy as Larry Fitzgerald.
Well, he ran a 4.45, correct? Or
Yeah.
4.45, which that's not slow by any means.
But I feel like he could crack the 4.3 range.
Yeah,
even being fast, it's about knowing how to run it. You know,
He runs himself.
He runs good routes.
That might be what it was at Alabama. He looked faster than he was because he was just so open from his route running.
Well, they said that, what was it? Waddle was the quickest. Rhodes was the fastest. Judy ran the best routes, and Smith caught everything that was thrown at him.
I'd say Judy also has the best hands.
Mm-hmm. That's what they had an assessment.
He didn't miss a lot. He's going to make somebody a good player.
Yes.
Worst returns, kicks, receiving. But to the Braves now, guys. Looks like
we changed subjects.
I know. I gotta share this.
It's breaking news.
March 1st, 6th, and 11th. Some of their other spring games. They're going to play Boston the 1st and the 6th about dinner time on the MLB Network. They're going to play the Twins the 11th and 15th. And the 16th they're going to be around Tampa Bay. The 19th they're going to play St. Louis. The 20th they're going to play Houston, MLB Network. And they're going to play Toronto March the 22nd. And the 23rd they're going to finish up, and I think, and go back to Boston and then get ready for season.
Early season prediction, who's your World Series winner?
Yankees.
Yankees and Dodgers. All 7 games.
Yankees won.
I would think the Dodgers.
The Yankees, I don't know how many. They hadn't lost a lot.
Expos.
I've been watching their spring. They hadn't. I don't know if they've lost too many. They beat the Nationals 8-2.
They'll be tough to outscore
Nationals.
them.
Well, the Nationals are actually the Expos, right?
Mm-hmm. So
Old Expos.
The Yankees pitching Tatum,
Tawanaka. They got
Tantra.
Yankees just got that mystique, don't they?
Yeah, he pitched good the other night. I watched some of their game.
Tawanaka.
Yeah, they're going to be hard to handle. So the Yankees and the
You're going to have a hard time outscoring them. Judge and Stanton.
I picked them. That's just off the fly of my head. They may not be. And have you seen in the game? Have you seen the Astros guys getting dinged?
Yeah.
They lead spring training with the most beans.
Well, they probably need to put a stop to that.
They already told them.
I mean, the first one that gets binged, okay, you're gone.
Yeah.
They've got to protect him.
They've got like 9 HBPs, and they've only played, 8 spring games?
Maybe.
Would y'all agree with that?
Yes.
That's a good question. Any Astro hit by a pitch, the pitcher's out. He's done.
Yeah.
For that day.
Well, somebody's going to get hurt or something. You don't want to see.
Somebody's season's
You've proved your point.
Because
You've proven your point.
let's just be honest. If you're throwing from a pitch over here to mound over here, kids can let one go and it's going to slip out. These are grown men playing professional baseball. When they hit somebody,
you're hitting somebody with an 80 to 90 mile an hour fastball square in the back.
they mean to do it. It's sometimes they do slip out. It does happen. For the most part, though, man,
Curveball.
these guys are pros.
Maybe a slider.
Maybe.
They need to protect him. Cheat or no cheat. Cheat or no cheat. Guys, we got people in prison right now for triple murders that they're protecting. I mean, hey, we can't put this guy in gin pop because somebody's going to kill him when they do the same thing with the Astro.
Hit another pitcher, you're going to gin pop. I mean,
Gin pop isolation.
yes. Well, that's going to do it for this week. We're going to turn it on over and hope everybody's having a good day, and we thank y'all for spending time with us.
Don't forget about the Shady Acres Campground on Highway 68.
Yeah, see Tim, Warrior
When you get
Gym.
done camping, you go work out at Warrior Gym.
Yeah, go check my guy Jonathan out. Listen in, WDKR.org, Facebook, YouTube. We're growing, guys. This is great. God's been good to us. We got a great team, and we're proud to be doing this. And we're just having fun, and that's why it started, just us shooting the breeze, and that's what we want to do. We just want to keep that. Please go on our page and talk and comment. Side Notes page is growing every day. We got sponsors coming in, people, talking to us. We're running into people. They're enjoying it. They're,
We're getting a lot of feedback.
Yeah, having a good time with it. We get laughs, and it's fun. That's what we want to do, is just have a good time. We talk a little bit of ball. We bring up some facts, and we hear some of Todd's stories when he met Ron Gans at that fishing tournament down here at J.R.'s Marine.
Brushy Branch.
At Brushy Branch fishing. So, again, we thank y'all for spending some part of your day with us, and we're going to tune out, and we appreciate it.
See you next week.
We'll catch y'all during the week sometime for our live show.
Facebook Live, yeah.
We'll have some breaking news of some sort, I'm sure.
NFL free agent signings.
Yeah, some stuff's going to start happening in combine, so y'all keep your ears on the ground and keep God in your hearts. Thank y'all.